Hey guys, today we are going to discuss about human circulatory system. First, let's have an introduction. Cardiovascular system or circulatory system is the transport system of body. It means carrying the food particles or nutrients like carbs, lipids, proteins and vitamins, and also carrying the oxygen to each cell of us is the function of cardiovascular system or circulatory system. That's why it's the transport system of the body. It's made up of blood, heart and vessels. It means blood, heart and blood vessels collectively working with each other and making our circulatory system, and this system just sends or carries nutrient to each cell and collect back the waste products like carbon dioxide and urine. Let's discuss about functions of circulatory system. The first function is to transport nutrients and hormones. As you know, after digestion, the monomer of food particles are mixing with our bloodstream. Bloodstream carries it to cells in order to obtain energy from it. And also hormones, I mean the chemicals which are regulating our internal function or internal body activities, also getting carried with the help of that circulatory system. It means everything, I mean nutrients and hormones are getting mixed to our bloodstream and heart pumps it up to all over body. Next function is to move waste products. Obviously, when circulatory system works and carries food particles to cells can produce waste products as well, like carbon dioxide and urine. So heart has to collect it back, I mean with blood, again absorb that waste materials and bring that waste material to heart send it to lung and kidneys and different parts in order to remove it or excrete it. Like gaseous exchange is one of examples. Like when heart pumps blood to the lung can absorb, can eliminate carbon dioxide from it, and we are excreting that waste product. And also the other function of circulatory system is our immunity, boosting our immune system by sending different hormones and different medicines that we are using. I mean carrying that all things are happening because of that circulatory system. As we said, circulatory system contains heart, blood vessels and blood inside blood vessels. So now let's start our lesson with blood. So blood is the conveying media which is a liquid and flow in a closed tubular system. I mean flows in a vein. For example, in this diagram it flows toward heart, and as you can see there is valve inside that veins preventing the backward movement of blood. And if we separate the structures of blood, I mean if we separate the contents of blood with centrifuge, which is a lab equipment, we can find out that there are 55% plasma and other cells. Cells are like red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets. So red blood cell is a disc-shaped cell, and bone marrow is producing that cells. These cells lack nucleus. It means there is no nucleus inside that cells, and the cytoplasm of that cells are made up of hemoglobin. And what is hemoglobin though? Hemoglobin is a red pigment protein that binds loosely to oxygen atom and make hemoglobin. And every red blood cell has 120 days life cycle. About blood groups, we can say there are different blood groups like group A, group B, group AB and group O. These groups are considered according to the red blood cell type, and without red blood cells there are antigens and antibodies in blood group. For example, group A include anti-B. It means whenever we mix B group blood to we just inject B group blood to a owner of A group blood, so this antibodies will lyse that B group blood, and it can cause to coagulation in veins, and even it can cause to death. And for B group there is anti-A. It means B group is anti-A. B group cannot get blood from A group. And for AB group there is no antigens, or there is no antibodies. There is no antibodies. That's why AB group can obtain blood from A group, B group, and A0 group. And for 0 or O group there are anti-A and anti-Bs. It means 0 group or O group is more tend to fight against A and B group cells if we mix their blood. So it can, 0 blood can coagulate A and B bloods, and it can cause to death as well. So why they are doing this? Because in A group there is A antigen, in B group there is B antigen, and AB group there is AB antigen, and in 0 group there is none of them. The second type of blood cell is white blood cell. They are, the other name that we can use for them are leukocyte. They are larger than the red blood cell, and they got nucleus. They got types like lymphocyte, monocyte, basophils, eosinophils, and neutrophils. The white blood cell function is to boost our immune system. The next structure is platelets. As you can see over there, it means in our blood vessels, the content of our bloods, there are red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelet structures, and they are also producing in our bone marrow. And the other name for platelets that we can use is thrombocytes, and they serve as starting material for blood clotting. It means after injuries our blood has to be clotted, to prevent the flow of the blood. So this process is getting started with that platelets. The next structure is the plasma, or the fluid part of the blood. As you can see, it's the fluid part of the blood that carries red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets inside of it, and it makes 55% of our blood. The other title that we are going to discuss is lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is an extension of the circulatory system, consists of a fluid known as lymph. So this lymph is a watery fluid driven from the plasma of the blood, and this fluid can start moving in capillaries and mingle to the cell, and the vessels that carries that fluid is lymphatic vessels, and they can make nodes, circular structures. We can call them as lymph nodes. And in armpit, in neck, and in groin, we can find that lymphatic fluid. And there is two type of lymph, like B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. The next title is heart. Heart is a four-chambered structure, and the size of heart is like our fist, the fist of every person. And its location is in middle part of our chest, like superior surface of diaphragm, and inside thorax is the main location for the heart. About heart structure, we can say that there are four chambers for the heart, which is two arteries and two ventricles. As you can see, two arteries and two ventricles. And the other structures heart may have is like pulmonary valves, tricuspid valves, mitral valves, and aortic valves. The valve function is to prevent the backward movement of the blood. And about function of heart, we can say generating blood pressure. It means by heart is pumping blood with high pressure, so it can generate the blood pressure, routing the blood, ensuring one-way blood flow. With the help of the valves, it can ensure that blood is flowing in one way or one direction, regulating the movement of blood all over body. Next title, blood vessels. Blood vessels are closed network of tubes all around the body. Closed tubes coming out from the heart, and they are all around our body. And there are three type of them, like arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carrying oxygenated blood, a vein carrying like carbon dioxide having blood, and also capillaries. Next title is types of circulation. We have four types of circulation. The first one is coronary circulation. It's a circulation of blood inside itself. The second one is pulmonary circulation, circulation of blood to the lungs. The third one is systemic circulation, the flow of blood from heart to other parts of the body. And the fourth type is fetal circulation. It's the circulation of the blood in fetal to feed it. Thank you for being with me till the end of the lesson. I hope you learned.